You know, our Canadian sport fishing website is a wealth of information. A lot of anglers will email me at Ask Italo or through YouTube when they watch the clips of the different fishing tips and shows. And a lot of the questions have to do with size of the lures for size of the fish. Well, here at Sun's Lodge on the west coast, if you're targeting some of the smaller salmon, it's very common to downsize the size of the hoochie, and that's what I'm holding up in my hand. It's a little squid imitation. You can see that it's got a double hook rib, but it's only about 1.5 to 2 inches long, so it's very small. And the flasher that I'm holding in my hand is also smaller. Even though you can use the larger flashers to track the smaller species of salmon, like the pink salmon and the sockeye, a lot of time a smaller flasher will work well. So even if you're fishing inland lakes, like the Great Lakes, or some of the larger lakes that have fish like kokanee or rainbow trout in British Columbia, a lot of times the smaller flashers with the smaller hoochies will work really well for smaller sized trout and salmon. Watch. Oh, nice jumps. You know, even though the Chinooks are the glamour fish, you know, you get into these smaller species of Pacific salmon. And here at Sun's Lodge, it's nice because they're strategically located on Malcolm Island. So they intercept all the different species of salmon that come through. It really depends on the time of year. Like right now, it's August, and really in July and August, you get a lot of big Chinook salmon. Good fighter for small fish. So Chinooks will come through, and also a lot of sockeye. Yesterday we were watching a purse seiner getting some fish because they have an opening. They don't have a lot of commercial fishing, but they do have some opening, and I don't know how many fish the seining vessel got, but I'm guessing maybe 1,000 to 2,000 in one drop. And they were beautiful. We took pictures of them and we were watching them. Very nice bunch of guys. Look at this. Oh, whoa, get in there. Good thing for long-handled nets, right? Yeah. Beautiful. And a long-armed guide, eh? Yeah, that's great. Okay. So I'm just going to let some of the line out so we can put the rod in the rod holder. Oh, yeah, it's just caught on the lever there. No problem. You can see the rig we've been talking about. Very, very particular setup. It's a flasher. And this particular one is like an orangey color with silver. So it really attracts them from a distance. And then this really small hoochie that looks like a small shrimp. So I'll just hold the two of them up for you. Hopefully they'll show up on my black glove. So really this is specifically targeting the sockeye. You can get other species of fish, but Jeff said that when you're fishing for sockeye, we're fishing a little bit shallower, and we're running these instead of using either the anchovies with the anchovy cap or the herring. And one thing that's really important is keeping the eye on the sonar. So the whole time we're back here, even though he's got his control center right here with the rods and the steering wheel, he's always looking back. And you know when you're going to get sockeye on because you can see the school. So I'm just going to hold this one up. And I didn't put my glove on, but you know what? It should be okay. They're just such fine scaled and silver. This is a female. You can see how plump she is. She's got a beautiful head on her. They're so gorgeous. And the nice thing is they are delicious eating and very plentiful.
Fisher girl! Catch the passion!
My family has a cottage up in the Kawarthas, and up there we fish for perch, walleye, bass, and muskie. When we fish, the fish are often at the bottom of the lake, so we use a sliding sinker rig. This is what it looks like here. Here is our sliding sinker. Then we have a swivel, 2 feet of line, and then our hook with the live bait at the end. When the fish bites the hook, it pulls the line through the sliding sinker, so the fish doesn't feel the weight, but we still feel the fish and are able to set the hook.
Yeah, now a couple things that are really important when you're using a sliding sinker rig. It's really important that you're not fishing where there's a lot of weeds or a lot of stick-ups on the bottom, because the sinker will get caught up. And then the other thing is, if you want your worm or bait to be close to the bottom, you use a shorter lead, maybe only 5 or 6 inches. If you want the bait to come up off the bottom, you have a longer lead. And sometimes people will even use a floating jig head to get their worm up off the bottom. But this rig works excellent if you fish it in open water and close to the bottom.